Cindy Drake here. Have you ever wondered how we learn new skills and concepts? There's actually a process for doing this, and once I realised that there was a process about it, I didn't feel as awkward, because what I notice is people just expect to know things. They don't give themselves, or they don't like going through the process of allowing themselves to learn. So let's understand that a little bit more. So stage one of the learning process is called unconscious incompetent. And at this stage, you don't even know what you don't know. You don't even have any awareness of the skills or concepts of what's important for you in the next piece of learning. And if we put this back to you sitting in a car, it's like being the passenger in the car. You get from A to B, you don't even have any awareness that there's a skill required to get you there. Now, stage two of the learning process is where you're consciously incompetent. And in here, you become aware of your lack of skill or knowledge, and you recognize the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Now, this is your most sensitive period to learning, and it's probably where you're the most deflated, and you need encouragement to know that you can learn this skill. So you will only get more confident if you have the courage to have a go at it in this step. This is where you probably need the most support. And if we think about it from a driving perspective, it's when you become the learner in a car and you realize that there's so much going on in the car. It looks really easy, but there's a lot of different things to focus on. So stage three is what we call conscious competence, where with a bit of practice and effort now, you start to develop the competence in your skill or concepts that you're learning, and you're able to perform the task, but it still requires a fair bit of concentration and effort. It's probably like when you're your P plater or you're still a few years in of the driving experience. Now, the last stage is where you are unconsciously competent. And this is where the skill or the concept becomes second nature to you. You perform it so effortlessly and without conscious thought. It's like when you're driving the car, you're 10 minutes down the road, you don't even know how you got there. You're just really good at it. And the next layer that I find really one of the most enjoyable stages is after you are unconsciously competent, then remind yourself about the skills that are needed and try teaching someone else these wonderful skills that you are so competent at. You'll realize how much you have learned over the time by doing, practice, and repetitive effort of just constantly doing it means that you, in the habits that you form, naturally you are so good at it, you don't even realize how good you are. Once you teach someone else about the process, you'll realize how much you really understand. Remember, learning is a journey and the process takes time. So enjoy each stage of the learning process and celebrate your growth along the way.